buddies, to another episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
Black magic.
You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back to another edition, a smoky edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus here, and of course, joining me as he does week to week, my partner in arms, the one, the only, the what is it, the Mennonite or the Metal Mennonite?
Metal Mennonite, yeah.
Yeah, himself, the Wellandwingnut, Steve.
Honey Badger Whisperer. I'm an aspiring mattress tester. It's always been the dream job.
I mean,
sleep 8 hours and then go about your day.
Isn't that something you and Facebook user 36472 need to discuss more?
That's a different kind of mattress testing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't want to know anything about that.
Extreme mattress testing.
I just threw up in my brain.
I feel like I need Doritos and Mountain Dew now.
Yes, I need to wash out my brain. Thank you very much. Good start to the evening. We are here a day early again this week. I will be filming a movie tomorrow. First day of filming. So, and just found out May 5th at the Cineplex in Brampton, Mississauga. One of the Cineplexes in Mississauga. They'll be premiering the movie. So nice. I'll be doing my first ever movie premiere. So whoever wants to come out, if you're in the GTA, come on down and come support, come check it out. Unless it sucks, and I'll tell you guys ahead of time. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Ronnie? How you doing? If it sucks, I'll tell you afterwards.
Right.
After you've already paid.
Oh, sorry, eh?
Sorry. But yeah, so that's going on. So that's why we're here early tonight. Don't worry if you're watching this Saturday night and you're like, what the heck's going on? What do you mean? Shh, this is a recording. Don't tell anybody.
But you never know when one of us might be doing a watch party. So
yeah, exactly. Steve might be watching along. So feel free to comment tomorrow, or maybe I'm back in time and I can comment as well. We just had no idea what time I'd be back from the shoot. So just better safe than sorry. And sorry. And we have a couple sponsors, so we have to make sure that we do our due diligence. We've got the mighty Docnet.ca right above Steve's head there. If you live anywhere, well, if you live in Canada, especially if you live in Ontario, go to Docnet.ca, save yourself a little bit of money on the internet there. And we also have Beer on Wheels as another great sponsor. So don't drink and drive. Once the party started, give Beer on Wheels a call and have them deliver for you. Skip the apps.
I treated myself this week, kind of a post-birthday present. I haven't had a bottle of this in a while.
Oh, dude, I wish I was there.
Oh, they say it's so good. It tastes so nice.
And what is it? Like, that's a specialty bottle too. That's
a single barrel, yeah.
Damn, yeah. I wish I could have been there celebrating with you, my friend. Next time. What do we got there? Steve grows weed. Am I the only one who ever watches this on YouTube? Yes, you are. But you know what, Steve? We appreciate it because we'll take any traffic we can on YouTube. And feel free to share and tell all your friends to go and watch it on YouTube. I mean, if we're ever to make any money, that's really where we're going to make it. But unfortunately for our old asses, all our people are on Facebook, where all the geriatrics are. All the geriatrics and young or elder millennials.
Right.
That's the thing. So this week for Steve's 5-second movie review, you got the movie that so many people, everybody's talking about, and that is, of course, Cocaine Bear, which I still haven't seen yet. I wanted to go see it this week, and I didn't manage to go see it, but I will definitely go see it soon. Because of that, though, we're like, hey, what are we going to do? Like, this is what we do every week. We're like, oh, what's going to be our top 5 this week, basically. and we both sent each other a message like within half a second, sending each other, and both were related to animal stuff, So, this week we said I forget what yours was.
I thought they were both related to cocaine, but that might have been a different conversation.
No, that was a different conversation. We decided this week we're going to talk about the most memorable moments from animals in movies. So whatever you can think of, it could be a movie about animals, but give us that moment.
It could be a CGI'd animal.
What's that?
It could be a CGI animal.
Oh, exactly. And there's a few. I'm going to give you a few that didn't make our list, just as an idea. Of course, there was the dog from Something About Mary.
Okay, so sorry, funny you mentioned that one because I was thinking earlier. I had just watched. Do you remember the Kirstie Alley and John Larroquette movie Madhouse? No. So it was an 80s late 80s comedy, but there's a cat, and I swear to God, I think the cat dies like 5 times in the movie. Once from cocaine, and I almost put that on my list.
That's awesome. And then, of course, Chevy Chase and the squirrel.
Yeah.
The squirrel.
And you know what? Another one I just thought of, too, was the gopher from Caddyshack.
Right. That was another one that did just barely miss the list. But, man, there's going to be a lot. So, folks, if you think of there's any that you're thinking of, let us know in the comments. Pop them up here. And if not, let us know. Come back tomorrow. If you think about it tomorrow, let us know in the comments then.
We want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know, and stoner minds want to know even more.
We want to be reminded.
We do. We really do. We also got our TikToker of the week. That's brought to us by the fine folks at Beer on Wheels. And, of course, Steve's 5-second movie review, which is brought to you by Docnet, docnet.ca, connecting your home to the world. Yeah. Oh, here, we've got a comment here. Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, because Punxsutawney Phil, right? Doesn't he steals them, right?
Yeah, Punxsutawney Phil, yeah.
Punxsutawney, yeah.
Yeah.
However you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wyerton Willie.
Wyerton Willie. I mean, what is the one out east? There's a really weird name for the one out east.
Yeah, there's another famous one too. Yeah, I can't think of what his name is.
Yeah, New Brunswick or PEI or something. But
yeah.
Anyways, you know what? Why don't you start us off, buddy? Let's get us started with the list. Nothing like the present. And what's your number 5? What's your fifth most?
So this is the one movie. This is the one I didn't really take a moment from because I don't think I need to take a moment from this movie. This movie speaks for itself. I mean,
Sharknado. Oh, just as good.
Zombeavers. You don't need anything else.
And the best thing about Zombeavers is there's no need for explanation for anything. Right. Like, especially once you put the poster with it, and then you're like, okay.
Do you know the comedian? He really, I took notice of him when he blew up on TikTok for a video he did about being an IKEA employee.
No.
Do you ever see that? Anyways, he's in Cocaine Bear. And I saw one of his latest TikToks, and it was he's like, things you need to know before going to see Cocaine Bear. Nothing.
Right. Yeah. You need to know more about Meth Gator than
Meth Gator. Yeah. And then he went on. He's like,
you need some answers.
He went on some huge rant. He's like, you don't need to read some obscure issue from some comic from 1978. Fucking, it was pretty funny.
I wonder if that's a shot, though, at Kevin Feige and Marvel, because they're taking heat.
Well, Elizabeth Banks also took a lot of heat, too, from some movies that she's directed in the past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm wondering, though, because Kevin Feige, though, right before Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, he's like, oh, you have to go back and watch. Or no, before Secret Invasion comes out, you have to go back and watch Captain Marvel, trying to get people. And people are like, oh, you're just trying to get us to watch it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Either way, funny coincidence.
Yeah.
All right, then. We got Oh, this next one's. I had this one too.
Yeah. I thought you might. This is the one I thought we might share, or at least you probably would have thought of as a top 5. I mean, if you were of our age or any age when that movie came out, if this didn't scar you,
oh, RatG.
RatG, yeah,
man. I mean, and I always think, I'm not gonna lie, I always think this is a different movie than the Neverending Story. Right?
Did you ever see the picture of it's a kid cosplaying and he's dragging around just the horse? Yeah, he's dragging around the horse head. It was pretty neat. Yeah.
That was both great and just so sad. Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. It'll always be too soon. Scooby-Doo. Yep.
I'm just gonna warn everybody now and let you know that my next 2 picks do both involve genitalia. So and maybe an ass. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, we're both asses, so.
Jerry O'Connell. I couldn't find a picture of the actual piranha eating his lower member, but I thought this picture was just as good. When they pull him out of the water here in Piranha 3D, he's just nothing from the waist down.
Nothing was protecting his secret identity down there.
No, he's less than a Ken doll now.
Oh yeah. There's no one who will stand by him either. I don't have any other. Oh, wait. We're like, well, you can't really eat anything anymore, can you, with that diet? And he's like, well, I can still have sliders. Well, that's why I said the stand by me, sliders, and my secret identity. I mean, I nailed the Jerry O'Connell hat trick there.
Yeah.
Ty Demer says 2 movies that come to mind: The Great Outdoors. Oh my God, the bear scene.
Oh, that's bear.
Oh my God, both of them. That was the first time everybody. I'm not saying it's the first time it was said, but it was the first time the world came to know the phrase that we all say, whether it's bears or zombies. I don't need to run faster than them. I just need to run faster than you.
I worked with a guy. He every once in a while he'd pull out this little knife he had with a blade about this big, and I'm like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's my bear knife." I'm like, "That's your bear knife." He's like, "Yeah," and he looks at me and he puts the blade back in and he like proceeds to like stab me in the leg with it and then takes off running.
Well done. Classic. Right. Yeah. 1978 Prophecy movie. I don't know that one. I do not know that one, Phil. What's up next on your list?
My number 2, how this movie was missed by the Golden Globes and the Oscars and any major award, I'll never know, because, I mean, just the cast alone. I mean, we had Jonah Hill, we had Justin Long, and we had Steve Zahn's dick stuck down the throat of a turkey.
I legit have never heard of this movie. And everybody you're talking about in this movie, I honestly love. I love Justin Long. I love Steve Zahn. I don't love Jonah Hill, but I don't hate Jonah Hill either. I think he's decent.
Watch the trailer. And if you like the trailer, you will love this movie. It's a very. Don't watch it sober. You must have a cloved cigarette before watching this movie.
Damn, dude. Well, alrighty then.
Justin Long has eyeballs tattooed on his eyelids so that he can sleep during meetings.
Oh, like what's his name from Mork and Mindy? Remember the insane friend?
Oh, I remember the insane friend. Yeah,
that always wore a robe, like he wore like the old Greek bucket. Yeah, and he did the same thing with his eyes.
Nice.
We are so old.
Awesome.
We're so old.
And
Facebook user, the German Shepherd in I Am Legend, if it wasn't mentioned. Facebook user, who are you? Let us know who you are. Awesome movie. Yeah.
Next one is Aaron Rodgers emerging from his 5 days of darkness. No, actually, this is Ace Ventura from When Nature Calls. Great scene.
Oh yeah. As a Vikings fan, let me say, well played, sir. Well played. Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
not a real
funny.
animal.
You
but-
combine two things I don't like: Ace Ventura and Aaron Rodgers.
I thought you were going to say rhinos.
Both.
I thought you were going to say rhinos.
Oh. There. What's up, Wolf? How you doing, Wolf? You must be commenting
Cheers, buddy.
on either my Ryan Fleming page, which I'm trying to change to Zeus Fleming, but they won't let me, or maybe the RatG TV group. But you have to allow StreamYard to see your name if you want to see your name on there. But thanks for joining, Wolf. Love it, buddy. And good list, man. Good list.
Thanks, buddy.
I like
Go watch Strange Wilderness. Everyone. Classic movie. Hilarious.
but do it after you come out of your dark retreat.
Right.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna go with mine. Starting off number 5. So as a dad, so you have stepkids, and I'm not sure around like you probably didn't have them in the early 90s or mid 90s, like when I had my daughter.
No, they're all 2000 kids.
Yeah. So I and you may have watched some of these. I don't know how many of you've watched, but I've got a few movies that were, from that era. And the first one that popped out was one that I watched with my oldest daughter, Jordan. And I mean, it has one of those scenes that just gets fucking burned into your brain. And that was from The Lion King, the stampede scene, where Scar drops Mufasa into the chasm, and wildebeest. I don't know what they are. I think they're wildebeest. Are doing a stampede, and Mufasa gets taken out, and Simba thinks it's his fault. And it was it was touching. Shh. I'm on Zeus now. Watching. Wait, what? Oh, cool. Yes. No. I meant for the pages. It's different, but yes. All right. Yeah, so that was my number 5. You never watched that though, have you? Have you ever seen The Lion
I've never
King?
seen The Lion King, no.
Shame. For shame. You've seen this next one, I think. I think you've seen this next one on my list. Everybody's seen this one. Well, maybe not. Maybe you were a little too jaded at this time and a little too cool for school. But I think everybody remembers this scene and this moment from Free Willy, where Willie jumps over the kid, Charlie.
I know the scene. I have never seen the movie.
You don't remember this scene?
I said I.
Oh no, Willie didn't make it.
Oh wait, that was the alternate ending.
Yeah, everybody knows that scene, but yeah, I've never seen the movie. Classic.
That way
movie
was
scene.
way better. The Simpsons version was better.
Was there a Michael Jackson song in that movie that was famous?
Yeah, I'm looking at the man under the whale. No, I don't know. There was a Michael Jackson song. I don't know what it is though.
My Life Through the Eye of the Whale.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. The next one. I mean, this animal launched a bigger animal and juggernaut in terms of franchise movies. If it wasn't for the small amount of time we spent with this little furry creature named Daisy, we would not have gotten the Baba Yaga coming out of retirement. That is John Wick. And of course, Daisy was the little terrier at the beginning of the movie that his wife leaves to him, that unfortunately douchebag from Game of Thrones.
Warning.
Douchebag from Game of Thrones. What's his name that gets his
Yeah.
Johnson? Yeah, that guy. He kills
The Iron
dog.
Islands.
Yeah, but Daisy started it all. How about when Les Nessman threw live turkeys from the helicopter? Oh my God! So if we were doing TV shows, and I every time I do this, I should include both movies and TV, because the Thanksgiving, that was a huge one. Go ahead.
To piggyback on the Thanksgiving theme, yeah, that was one Amber mentioned. I never watched the show, but the turkey getting stuck on Joey's head on Friends.
Oh my God, yes. And then, well, I'm doing not the Joey, but I'm doing the Monica later because she put it on her head and then freaked Joey out. Oh, it was so fucking good. I mean, I really like that show. I just wish Living Single would have gotten the same play that Friends did, because Friends basically stole the same story from Living Single, but they just did it as all white people. Not that there's a problem with that. I mean, in the 90s, no problem. Now, next on the list, here's an animal that we've all seen, whether we've seen the movies or not. And I think anyone who's got a little bit of a devious nature in them loves this character. And of course, I'm talking about the squirrel that's just trying to get his nut, and that Scrat from the Ice Age movies. I mean, he was like credited for creating continents and stuff, for like splitting them apart with that acorn and stuff. And yeah, he's just a funny guy. Listen, it was hard to come up with this list, all right? Until afterwards. Now I'm thinking Babe the Pig and all these other shit.
It was a hard list to research.
It really was. It really was. And that was my 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 on here. Whoops. Oh, that's why, because I added one that wasn't supposed to be on there. My number 3 actually was, my number 2 was going to be from Something About Mary. Just from that attack scene where he attacks Ben Stiller. I mean, that was a great scene.
And then Dylan drugs him and has to give him CPR.
Right. Classic.
He takes rips the lamp out of the fucking.
Right. Oh my God, it's too good, too good. Gives him the fucking, what is that called?
It's
crash cart. Crash cart. I don't know. Yeah. It is the crash cart though. Marley and Me. Marley and Me was sad.
Shut up, man.
What, Marley and Me?
We don't talk about that movie, all right?
I didn't even cry during that movie. I'm not even gonna lie.
Really? Yeah.
Really? Really? I don't know. Because everyone talked about how sad it was. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. You know what? I definitely cried more during A Dog's Purpose.
Yeah. I just couldn't get past the first half hour of it because.
And I'm not reviewing it this week, and I probably won't review it next week. But A Man Called Otto. Oh my God. Tom Hanks. The guy is just the guy. I didn't know a lot about the movie going in. What's that?
Best actor on the planet.
Yeah, it's the movie wasn't slow, but it was slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And literally, you're just crying the whole movie. Happy tears, sad tears, happy tears again. And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to be a mess. You're telling me I'm going to be a fucking mess during that one. Matt Dillon, not Stiller. Yeah, Matt Dillon was the one that gave him. No, but Ben Stiller didn't. The dog attacked Ben Stiller first, and then Matt Dillon was the one that knocked the dog out later.
Yeah, he was throwing the treats up through the window with sleeping pills or whatever. You know?
Yes, and knocked them out. That's right. It's speaking of number 1, and speaking of dogs that get in the way. My number 1. Most memorable comes from one of my all-time favorite movies, and I do not care how ridiculous it is and nonsensical it is and how over the top it is. It goes to Hudson Hawk and a little furry puppy named Bunny. You know Bunny, don't you?
Yeah.
Bunny? Bubba?
The only time you laughed during a dog being killed in cinema.
Bunny, that motherfucking dog, there's no way that killed that dog. There's no way that killed that motherfucking dog. I am sorry. That is my hero. That's my number 1. My number 1 crime movie is Marley and Me. My number one cry movie is a movie I can't even find anymore, so I don't even know if it still will. But it was a movie with oh my god, I can't think of his name. Mario Van Peebles. Do you remember Mario Van Peebles?
Yeah.
It was a made-for-TV movie called Triumph of the Heart, the Ricky Bell story. About Ricky Bell, who played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he had died from some kind of rare muscle disease. And it is, like, I watched Gail Sari, like, I watched Brian's Song and all that. And sad, but, oh, my God, this movie.
I like it. I mean, I'll cry at any movie. If it's, if it gets me, I'm going to cry.
Right.
But guaranteed, dramatic sports movie or
Rudy,
or a movie with a dog. That's I'm done.
You know what gets me? I don't know how we got onto this. It's because we're talking animals, family stuff, like when and not sad family stuff. Every time when a family makes a connection, whether it's TV or movie, and we're like, but I've always loved you, Dad, or I've always loved you, sister. I was like, oh my God, why can't my kids love each other? No, I'm kidding.
So I don't know if you're still watching it. I wrapped up the last few episodes because I didn't finish it last year, but Bel Air came out season 2.
Right, I saw him finish the first season.
I watched episode 1, and it was Will's dad coming into the picture, played by Marlon Wayans, doing some pretty good serious acting.
Well, which was better? Which was better? The OG episode?
Will and Phil don't have that moment in Bel Air after his dad and him kind of have it out like they do in Fresh Prince, and that's what really made. Will did a great job all around in that scene with his dad, but it was the Phil moment that I think hit everybody, and they didn't have that.
So you recommend picking it back up because you fell off in the first season too.
I did, and it's kind of one of those shows now that I started watching and didn't really care for, but didn't hate, and gives me something to watch when Amber's not around because I can't watch shows that we watch together without her. Otherwise,
right.
I need help.
Blink twice if you need help. All right. Okay. Whoa. Too many times.
I love you.
There was a gator locked in the basement.
I love you.
You love me? That's weird. Buddy.
I love you too, but.
Awesome. Well, that was both our lists, folks. The dog movie with Channing Tatum. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh man. Yeah, that one got to me.
Blue Light Marker. Is that a movie or are you trying to tell us something? Is that a code? Is that code, Ron?
That might be code.
That could be code. For what? We will find out. Speaking of what we'll find out, coming up later this hour, we will be talking all things pop culture, catching you up in the world of news. We got lots of stories to talk to you about. We've got Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the news. We've got news about what's going on with Mandalorian season 3 and Gina Carano. We've got news about that. Cara Dune. We've got some. Hey, you like Hellraiser? We got some Doug Bradley news. Steve's the Grim Reaper, and he's got some bad news for us as well. So you're going to want to stick around for all of that coming up in later on this hour, as well as our TikTokers of the day. We always got a couple of those for you. And Steve is invisible unless a blue light is on. Is Ron having a conversation we don't know about right now? I love you. I do, Ronnie. But what
hold on. Maybe I can help translate this.
Yeah, let me see. Wait, let me just add some Sailor Jerry's to my pineapple juice. Ron is back. Link map. That doesn't help. That makes it worse.
God damn it.
But please do me a favor, Steve. If we ever go back to doing the audio podcast and you listen to this one, Steve just downed some more. JD, I'm going to bust this keyboard. Well, that one we understood.
Yeah. I feel you there.
What I will say, Ron, and I swear to you, we are not trying. Like, this is all just out of love, buddy. Please do never stop fucking commenting, because, man, I want to put you on our writing staff at this point. Yes, or as they say in Vietnam, same thing. It's the same thing. It's the heart. Could be Philippines though, but I think it's Vietnam. Either way, we got all that coming up. Steve's got his 5-second movie review. He is reviewing Cocaine Bear, and we got all that. Before we get started, all right, let's do the first TikToker of the day. Check it out. Here we are. Brought to you by Beer on Wheels. TikToker of the day number 1. Trust me, the best one of the day. This one's fun. I like this one. I think like all of our dark sense of humor will like this one. But trust me, the second TikToker is where it's at.
I just realized I was playing a drinking game and I didn't even know it. Every time you say beer on wheels,
you drink beer on wheels. Beer on Wheels. TikTok of the week brought to you by Beer on Wheels.
Peep.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
Open your mouth.
Open up.
Yep.
You're
Perfect.
teaching her how to shoot a ball.
Whenever you're ready.
Can you see through the peep? Do it, Arrow. Open your mouth.
You're two.
Do it.
Go, Max. You're
Go.
okay.
Go. Go. Arrow, let go. Pull the trigger. Is it gone?
She.
It's gone.
Oh, I want to say I'm sorry for that one, but that was. I love duets, man, and that is how you do a duet. You know, they saw a good video where someone was getting their kid to obviously take the tooth out, shooting an arrow, and yeah, they made themselves the victim. Well played, folks. Well played. I don't drink anymore. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Save me some. Steve will smoke one for you. There you go.
Here, take it, Ron. Take it.
But yeah. So that was that. Now,
Pass the virtual duchy on the left-hand side.
why is it the left-hand side though? I wonder.
Well, to quote Cypress Hill, pass to the left, keep the motherfucker stressed. So, I guess the guy on the right.
Oh, but is it when you pass to the left, the person's grabbing it on their right, and most people are right-handed, so it's just simple, boom. I don't know. I'm trying way too hard here to figure that out. Way too hard. You know what? You know what isn't hard is folks. Every week, one of the favorite segments here that people love is Steve's 5-second movie review that we do each and every week, where Steve brings us, his unadulterated reviews of movies that he's watched. And this week is no different. Steve's watched Cocaine Bear. And this week, the 5-second movie review is brought to you by the fine folks over at Docnet. Look right over the shoulder there. You see it. Steve's pointing to it. Folks, come on. Everybody wants to save money. I talk about this each and every week. One of the best ways you can save money. Listen, you're never going to give up on your internet. You know it. I know it. But you don't want to pay those high prices for your internet. So do yourself a favor. Don't sacrifice service. Sacrifice paying the big bills. I know that didn't make sense, but just don't pay the big bills. Go over to docnet.ca. Call Tony if you're in Ontario or anywhere in Canada. See if he services your area. And if you do, Docnet.ca will hook you up. Great services is what we're coming to you on right now. I'm not skipping. And I'm right by the border too. So, that's another thing on top of it. I'm just saying, get the bang for your buck. You will not miss any kind of service here. Only thing you're going to miss is having a light wallet. Folks, have Docnet over at Docnet.ca. Connect your home to the world. Boom. Yeah, that's it. So tell us a little bit about this movie you're reviewing.
So Elizabeth Banks directed movie Cocaine Bear, starring a lot of people, including the late Ray Liotta in one of his last on-screen appearance. So, but I don't know. A lot of people probably don't know this, but they think, hey, 5-second movie review. He probably comes up with that pretty quick. But I really do work hard on these every week. Well, I'm going to say 85% of the time. Sometimes I actually forget, and I literally come up with them on the spot. But I think those are the best ones. No, I really do try to work hard on these, and I'm very method, and I do run throughs, and people don't see this. They don't see the behind the scenes stuff. And so to forego the actual 5-second movie review, we're going to actually look at some footage from earlier today of me doing my run through for Steve's 5-second movie review.
All right, this is Steve's 5-second movie review, take 14.
The camera girl, aka Facebook user, aka forgot her lines, aka screwed up my picture with Bruce Campbell because she was supposed to look scared, but she was Star Trek. I went off the rails literally. In Hollywood, they use a thing called stunt dope. I had some stunt coke and didn't think it would take that many takes, and kind of ran out of the stunt coke. So this one kind of went awry. This is a couple hours later. Amber sent a search party out for me. Spotted again.
It's been 3 hours since.
We can't hear you when the videos are up.
Oh.
It's been 3 hours since I last seen Steve. We have helicopters searching all over the place. The search is getting intense. I'm getting worried. What the fuck? I think I hear something. Steve! Steve, there you are! No! Steve! Stop!
I'm feeling much better now. They got me home. They got me cleaned up. So, yeah.
Was that Austin?
No, that was my nephew Drew, actually.
Oh, poor Drew. Poor Drew.
I just resurfaced and edited the old Steve Foot video.
Yeah, from a different. Yeah. Still, the sentiment still remains. Poor Drew. Wow. Well, with that being said, I guess there's no better time for us. But now, I guess, are you okay for this? Are you back to normal?
Oh, I forgot the review. I basically don't remember the last 3-4 weeks. No, hours. Sorry, hours.
Why am I not surprised about that video? Is that the wolf again? None of us are, buddy. None of us are. Without further ado.
People don't know this. So if you've seen the New Year's Eve baby, like I said, I'm very method. If you don't know this about that, if you've seen the New Year's Eve baby video, I actually lived as a drunk cigar smoking baby for like 2 or 3 years. I think it was
in
long.
a womb, in an actual womb.
Yeah, it was
weird. It was weird. Him and 37 Chilean miners. Again, it's time for Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. Jesus. Oh, that was mean. Hi. So, Steve, you've got Cocaine Bear. We've seen your Cocaine Bear. I think it's time though. Are you ready to there's no need to preface this video. It's all in the title. It's about a bear on cocaine. Steve, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, I am going to put 5 seconds on the board. You may begin your review now.
It's been 3 hours since I last seen Steve. We have helicopters searching all over the place. The search is getting intense. I'm getting worried. What the fuck? I think I hear something. Steve! Steve, there you are! Snow! Steve! Steve! Stop!
Ah, folks, I am so sorry. You got to see Steve and his tiny brownies, his downy brownies. So Steve, what do you give Cocaine Bear out of 5?
I definitely give it a solid 4.
4 out of 5. The goo in Ant-Man is an old Native American ceremony, turd and shrooms. Oh, that was weird. You gave it a what out of 5?
I gave it a 4.
4 out of 5.
Which probably does have a street value of closer to 5. So
you're saying you cut it?
I did cut it a little bit.
A little bit of Vaseline in that. All right. So I mean, what can you review about this movie? Well, like it's all out there. We know what's happening, but give us your in-depth thought. Non-spoiler though.
Yeah, non-spoiler because it's still fresh, and this is a movie I don't want to spoil for people because it is just a fun ride. It's one of those movies where you strap yourself in, and it's just you're laughing, and next thing you know, it's over, and you didn't realize an hour and 40 minutes has passed.
That's awesome. So 4 out of 5 for Cocaine Bear. Awesome. And Ike says the goo in Ant. So this is a spoiler as well, but there's this alien or this species in the quantum realm that's just made out of goo that makes you drink him, like drink parts of him, and then you can translate. Like you can speak any language with anybody down there. So yeah, drink the goo. Can I get an 8-ball? You live in Welland, probably.
Yeah, me.
I'm gonna say
Don't.
probably. We mean that in the nicest, most sincere way possible.
PM me, but not about that.
Yeah. Steve was just an evil person. You know what? Let's just do some news. Well, it is that time again. News starts off, and as we do every week, Dr. Death himself, the Welland Docnet, brings us the latest in this week's celebrity passings, and this week is no different.
Yeah, some pretty rough news this week. For
Chad, we can't see YouTube comments. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. For someone like me who was a huge fan of the original Universal monsters, this guy was always one of my favorites, the creature from the Black Lagoon. And, good long life, 93 years old. Raku, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Browning, creature from the Black Lagoon. He was actually the creative force behind Flipper, directed 37 episodes of that, and wrote the movie.
Shit. Oh, yeah. Wow. No way. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace. Good long life, though. 95, you said?
Yeah, 93. So
93, yeah.
And then again, at the ripe old age of 92, another good long life, fellow Canadian Gordon Pinsent. I hope I'm saying that right too. Pinsent. Known for the voice of Babar, beloved children's cartoon here in Canada. I don't know if it was aired in the States or not. I think it was on TVO, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That was one that I never really watched as a
I
child.
never watched it myself either.
It
Also,
was
we,
usually
you
in
know,
French. It was usually in
yeah,
French.
a lot of times it was. Yeah, you're right. You know, it had a huge body of work though. Notably, the Red Green Show. He was on episodes of that, and I'm not sure which one. I didn't see the year, but he was also in the Thomas Crown Affair. I don't know if that was the original, the remake, but
Either way,
good movie.
yep. Well done. This next one though.
Yeah, we don't have a notice of death,
Yeah.
and you know we would love to say that there's hope that we won't have that notice of death, but it seems like doctors have spoken with the family of Tom Sizemore and said that there's basically nothing they can do. He will not make a full recovery or any kind of recovery. So they have begun the process to end life. And yeah, I mean, great actor, troubled life, but you know, really sad to see him go.
Very troubled life. But some great roles. Jack Scagnetti, Natural Born Killers.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Was he in Black Hawk Down as well?
I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah. And he always plays a dick perfectly.
Oh, definitely.
Like he always plays a dickhead perfectly.
I looked up this movie yesterday, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's in my list that I plan on watching. And it was when I was reading about Tom Sizemore, it said that it was one of his top 5 roles of all time. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was him. Nick Cage, and somebody else too. I for the life
Tom
of me, I can't
Sizemore and Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's easy enough, right?
Yeah.
Let's just see. Tom Sizemore, Nick Cage movie. Boom. And just like that comes up with USS Indianapolis.
Bringing Out the Dead. That's the one.
Oh. Well, that's not the one that it showed on here.
1999. So that's what I'm watching.
I remember Bringing Out the Dead. I did not watch it because just something about those trailers I was just like, oh no, that's not gonna be my type of movie. About paramedics that are just on edge, on drugs, I think too. Nick Cage, Ving Rhames. It was a huge movie. Do you remember that? I remember the trailer and the ambulance crashing. But yeah, huge actor. Hi, Jill. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Chad, if you're still watching, buddy,
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna go on YouTube here.
Can you see what it is or no?
Yeah. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna go on YouTube here
because I can't even click on the link here. So if you can see what it is, maybe you could even share it. Well, see what it is first. I mean, it's not Luke sharing it, so we haven't seen Luke in a while.
We haven't. He constantly sends me stuff on Messenger though.
Yeah,
stuff that normally people wouldn't post publicly.
Yeah, I figure he sends me stuff on TikTok that I'm sure a lot lighter than what he sends you in Messenger.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Chad's comments here on, but there could be a delay here. So
yeah, no biggie. We will move on. Let's move on to some news talking about all those deaths. Well, I don't know if this means it's the death of Funko or not, but it sure is for about $30 million worth of Funko Pops. $30 million worth of unsold Funko Pops are going to be put in a landfill and buried for the rest of history. My question, will they bury it beside all those ET video games? Remember?
I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there.
Well, I mean, makes sense, doesn't it?
I made that joke.
Yeah,
I made that joke on an episode of Two Separate Heads where they were talking about releasing the Rob Zombie Monster movie on Blu-ray, and I said you can get it right away. And I showed the picture of the ET cartridges at the dump. I'm never getting Rob on their show. never get no higher shot. I love you, Rob. I really do. I love your music.
You really do. You love his music and a lot of his movies.
Yeah, half his movies. Yeah,
and that's a lot.
That's good. That's good.
That's a lot.
I'm still a fan.
As a Knoxville native, I don't know how I should feel about this movie. The real story happened closer to Chattanooga, anyways, and all the accents are wrong. Not to mention, nothing looks like Knoxville in what I've seen. Which movie are we talking about again? And thank you, Andrew Hughes, for tuning in. Which movie are we talking about? Because sometimes we're ahead of you. So
was that true story? The Tom Sizemore movie, Bringing Out the Dead. Is that based on something? Is that
Bringing Out the Dead? I don't know if it was based on a true story at all. We're talking about that. We talked about Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, great movie.
Chattanooga. Anytime I hear Chattanooga, I think of there's the old. My grandfather used to say, "Pardon me, boy, is that the cat that chewed your new shoe?"
Chattanooga choo choo.
Instead of "Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo choo?" My grandfather said, "Is that the cat that chewed your new shoes?" Because that's where I get my dad jokes from. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome for that little look into our lives. Do you own any Funkos?
I don't. I'm a detail guy. I like, McFarlane. McFarlane, is probably my go-to for figures.
McFarlane is the best, I think. Yeah, because you've got a lot of Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah, I do have some other stuff from what's the other big maker there? I can't think of their name offhand.
Hasbro?
No, it's not Hasbro.
Love your dad jokes. Thank you. Me too. You and I are the only people, though.
See that we just found out why, because you got them from your granddad, so they're granddad jokes.
Are you saying they've been grandfathered in?
Right.
That was a dad joke on a dad joke on a dad joke. Like that was like a fucking dad incest.
That's a third generation dad joke.
Right? I'm just saying. Don't get me going. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. Jill, where are you from? Aren't you you're from? I don't know where everything is. Where's Chattanooga? I know. I think
Tennessee, I believe.
I think she's Midwest, Jill. And Chattanooga's Tennessee.
Midwest.
What's that?
I think Tennessee's considered Midwest.
Iowa. That's central, right?
That's also Midwest, but it's a little further north, right?
Yeah. Je ne sais pas, buddy. Well, that's it. So that's the Funko thing. You could kiss all those Funkos goodbye. I like that.
Yeah, and seems like they've been getting a lot of kisses goodbye over the years. Because me personally, I'm not even a huge fan, but I do like them, and they do put on a great show. And the last time I went and saw them, last two times I went and saw them, once was because my girlfriend never got to see them play live. And I thought, I think everybody should have gotten to see them play live at least once. And then I took my kids when they were all old enough to appreciate it. That was their first concert. But Kiss appeared on the Howard Stern show in the morning a couple of mornings ago and announced their final dates. As I do air quotes here, you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes. Final dates. Personally, I've seen the final tour twice already. I saw the original lineup. What's that?
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, and as much as Gene and Paul want to shit on Peter Criss and Ace Frehley, over the whole induction thing, and Tommy Thayer and the other guy, Eric Carr, not being nominated, not being inducted with them. That's why Kiss refused to play, because they thought, these guys have actually been in the band longer than those guys were, even though they're the originals, right? But have you guys had a hit since them? Yeah, had a hit since them.
Well, they had a couple hits because
the old new Kiss. That was before them. That was the 80s when they took the makeup off. Domino. Yeah, that was when they had the makeup off. It was and again, different lineup.
But wasn't that Bruce and
that was Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr, I think. Yeah.
And then they also had God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. Put it in the soul.
I like Domino. Domino's actually one of my favorite Kiss songs.
Legit, my favorite Kiss song. Well, that and Beth.
And Zova. and I forget my name. Ow. Ow. That heavy bass groove.
Yeah, man. That was definitely for me probably their best.
I remember when they did that. Everybody was doing the live thing, the acoustic thing, right?
Yeah. Well, that's when they
Unplugged.
started going without
Unplugged.
the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And because I thought they were going to end up doing the unplugged, but I don't think they did.
Yeah, that's what there's a version of Domino from the Kiss Unplugged.
Oh, okay.
They've done everything. They did Kiss Symphony.
I've seen it. I had Kiss Symphony. I had the fucking VHS. You guys are like Siri driving directions. We're all over the place, you mean?
Recalculating.
We can't stay on track for anything. We talk about the final tour of Kiss. Well, you know what? It is the final season for a Star Trek show, and this is one of the Star Trek shows that it is the Star Trek show that spawned new Trek. It's still in the same timeline as Kirk's and Picard and Janeway. It's just later, like at the age, what's going on with Picard right now. This is that era, and that all started with Discovery. Say what you will about the show, it lasted 5 seasons, and out of those 5 seasons, I'm a diehard Star Trek fan, and I would say 2 of them were good, like really good. Maybe another one that was
So you said this one's like it's within the same universe as that original one, but it's like modern times now. So it's like, was there like the first green president on Mars, or can like tribbles vote now? And
oh yeah. No. Well, so I have to correct. So Discovery, when it first starts, when Discovery first starts, I believe it's starting at the time. Oh, I think it actually starts with Pike. So just before the original Star Trek, just before Kirk, the original Pike. Yep. And then they get launched into the future because they had Spock with them for a little bit that's on that crew as well. So, and that's how we got Star Trek Discovery, Strange New Worlds. Either way, it was, out of all the Star Trek it spawned, it's the least. It is the most least, if that's a thing. I liked a couple seasons, but that was it. And yeah, Ronnie was digging it. Recalculating, trying to get back. But that is the thing, though. In Star Trek Discovery, they've gone from the past to the future. Because Marty, you got to worry about your kids. They're assholes.
If I could go back to the future, because I just missed it, not just missed it, but it was here about a year ago. I really wanted to see Beetlejuice the musical.
Yeah,
it's not coming to Toronto anytime soon. I missed the Toronto run, but now you can go see Back to the Future the musical.
Marty, you're kidding me. I don't know how to say anything else. Ray Scott, Marty, you're an asshole. What?
Doc.
Yeah, I'd go see this one.
Send all your hate mail to wellandwingnut@gmail.com.
Marty is an asshole. I'm not saying Michael J. Fox is an asshole. He's a national treasure.
He is.
And Marty's a pretty good guy, except for in part 2 when he's an older person. Future Marty's a dick.
He was. The pressures of life, man. They get
pressures of living a life where you live in a future.
They make you drink and then call places like Beer on Wheels.
That's right. There's a reason why we don't have hoverboards now, though. Because it turns everybody
because of Beer on Wheels. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's how they deliver. That's how they deliver beer in the future. Is right. Beer on Wheels delivers
flying cars, self-flying cars,
self-flying cars and hoverboards,
self-flying Teslas.
That's right. That work on the fucking whatever midichlorians. Oh, that's compost. Not right. Compost, not midichlorians. Midichlorians. That's
compost. And they're organic. I think
Jedi
midi chlorians are compostable.
Hey, you suck. Did you see? So I don't know if you saw this, but Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who I think, next to George fucking Lucas, know the most about Star Wars lore. Maybe even more than George, honestly. Especially when you look at what Filoni is built on with the Clone Wars and all the different cartoons that are in the same universe that spawned from that have now become. Now we got the Mandalorian that crosses over with that as well. We're seeing Bo-Katan. We're going to see Ezra Miller.
You made me love Tusken Raiders.
Ezra Bridger, sorry, not Ezra Miller. Yes, he made you love Tusken Raiders. He made you like Boba Fett. I still think Boba Fett's the most overrated character in Star Wars lore, but that's neither here nor there. But they were on a podcast, and they were saying that Luke Skywalker, at least Filoni, said that Luke Skywalker is not a Jedi. And I don't know how I feel about this.
It sounds like a bunch of Filoni to me.
I kind of agree with them. This is a clip from the interview.
Well, Grogu definitely trained with a Jedi.
He was trained when he was young, right?
And also
However,
with
Luke trained, and then Yoda didn't confirm that he was a Jedi. Remember, he says, "Oh, you think you're a Jedi? You're not so fast."
But then he also said,
"When you're
gone, you'll be the last. You'll be the last Jedi."
When I'm gone.
I'm gone.
So it's it.
I was the one that was gone there. So here's the thing. He didn't finish his training. That's my whole thing. Yoda was saying, you will be the last when I'm gone. But that was Yoda. I don't think that was Yoda prophesizing. I don't think he saw that Luke would be the last Jedi. Because he also thought, like, I forget what the actual connection was, but didn't he kind of fuck up the whole Clone Wars thing? Like, he was wrong. Like about, was it Dooku? He was wrong about Dooku and so many other things. Anakin. I mean, so
Cloud of the future is
right. So I don't know. I don't think technically. I think Luke Skywalker is maybe the greatest Force wielder of all time, and one of the better practitioners of Jedi ways. Yes, yeah, but I mean. Still, I think Luke Skywalker, there's a story that we haven't seen yet where Luke Skywalker went out and got laid afterwards and had kids. What? I mean,
and then like what? Yeah, like the white picket fence and the dog, but then the dog gets hit by a truck and he brings it to this place and bury it. It like comes back to life.
Maybe. Well, maybe no. When he opens his Jedi Academy, though, where he almost kills Kylo and all that, like maybe he's married at that point, because Leia becomes a Jedi because he trains her, and she's fucking with Han, right? So
I'm sticking with my Pet Sematary theory.
What's that?
Where they have the white picket fence and the dog, but it dies.
Oh.
And...
They don't have dogs there.
Well, whatever those Tusken Raiders things have, they're like dogs.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, what do we got next there, buddy? You talked about Pet Sematary. That's why.
Pet Sematary.
That's I was still down. Listen, as I'm doing the assets, I was on videos. I'm sorry.
Pet Sematary. We're getting a prequel now. Now, I'm not familiar with. I know Stephen King's was a book, so I don't know if there's been other stories that have spawned off of the Pet Sematary book or prequels or whatever. So if this is based on something, but I'm interested to see this because we never have learned a whole lot about the lore or the origin or stuff like that. I mean, we got a little bit of it with what's his name there who played Herman Munster.
Yeah. I forget his name too, but he was in Son-in-Law.
That's right. He was the judge in My cousin Vinny, the two Utes.
That's what I meant. Sorry, not son-in-law. That's what I was thinking. Was my cousin Vinny? You're right.
The two Utes.
The two Utes. Utes. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love the original Pet Cemetery. Me too. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched that movie multiple times. That is a horror movie that doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Gage is one of the creepiest kids ever on cinema for sure.
Yeah, I guess. The hardest part of Pet Cemetery for me was him dying.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the sister.
No, that didn't bother me.
He was creepy.
Yeah, a little bit. But at the time when I was watching it, I watched it a few times. It's always the Gage thing that gets me going. But I don't know. It makes you want to raise a little hell. And speaking of raising hell,
raise a little hell, raise a little hell.
Ow, I'm old.
I saw that at the Atlas Hotel. Helix.
So Doug Bradley, Hellraiser himself, the lead Cenobite, has been cast in the CW DC new show that's coming out called Gotham Knights, where he'll be playing Joe Chill. Joe Chill, most famously known for being the person that made Bruce Wayne's parents be unalived. Yeah, he unalived them. So, the Hellraiser himself is going to be joining that. Now, this show's weird. So it follows no story.
Oh, this show is weird.
It's Gotham Knights. They're going to have a character. There's a character, Harper Row, that's in the comics. Cassandra Cain, who's in the comics. And then the main characters, like Bruce Wayne's adopted son, not in the comics. And then somebody else, another part of their crew, not in the comics. And it's all about these kids that get framed for Bruce Wayne or Batman's murder. And they're trying to solve it. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'm happy that Doug Bradley's working. Seriously, I mean, the only thing that would make me happier is if you could get, Andy Griffith to come out of the cemetery retirement. Wait. We went all Mayberry on everybody there.
We did. We went full Mayberry.
I don't know
Never
why
go
we
full
went
Mayberry.
I don't know why we went Mayberry.
Never go full Mayberry.
You never go full Mayberry. No. That's funny. You never go full Dunville either. Ooh, too true.
The Mud Cat Festival is coming up soon.
I mean, but it's the fact that they have shit like that, though. I'm just saying.
You did give me a segue here, right? But
I did give you a segue, but we jumped all over it.
You did. Matlock is coming back, and who better to replace Matlock, the great Andy Griffith, than Kathy fucking Bates? And I checked. I fucking dug. That is her actual middle name, Kathy fucking Bates.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I've actually seen that. I've seen her license. It says Kathy F. Bates. Which, I mean, I was surprised. That they didn't have like her full middle name though, because I thought it was Kathy motherfucking Bates. But
it's a family name.
Not a family show though.
No.
I like Kathy Bates a lot.
Love Kathy.
I gotta be honest. I fucking hated Matlock as a kid. Like
I was not a big Matlock
all the time, and I'm just like, oh please, enough.
I was a Columbo guy.
Right, give me Columbo. Columbo was funny. This shit put me to
Your
sleep.
Fault was a national treasure.
Yeah, if I was home sick one day and I'm like, oh, grandma's got the TV and I'm like, oh, we gotta sit through Matlock. There's one point where we gotta sit through Matlock, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Can you give me some Highway to Heaven or some Flintstones, or can we switch to Bob fucking Barker or something? But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. What about Kojak? Who loves you, baby? I watched Kojak, but it was a little bit.
I did have a slight addiction to yellow lollipops for about a year and a half, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I do still think it's a bit of a missed opportunity, even though most of us don't like. I shouldn't say most of us. Most people don't seem to like him as an actor, even though every movie he does makes billions of dollars. But I feel like there should have been a Kojak movie starring Vin Diesel.
Oh,
you thought I was gonna say The Rock?
I thought you were saying Tom Cruise.
Oh no, I like Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise as an actor, at least. But no, I think Vin Diesel as Kojak should have happened a while ago.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I'm not saying Vin Diesel is a deep actor, but listen, he's the Fast and the Furious movies have made billions and billions of dollars. And
he's great in the right role.
Pitch Black was great. Pitch Black was great. The original.
Yeah. I actually just watched the remake of Dawn of the Dead a couple days ago, and he's in that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you know what was that movie with him and Ben Affleck where he was a stockbroker? Boiler Room.
Oh, that's great movie.
Great Boiler Room. And why did I wonder why he steered away from movies like that. Because he really was good in that movie, and that was acting. And I wonder if because he was good, I wonder if it was him personally though, because him and The Rock had Rock's like, I ain't coming back for nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just me throwing punches. Speaking of throwing punches, Creed 3 is out now. Have you watched any of these movies?
I've seen the first one for sure, and I'm gonna say I think I've seen the second one, but I can't remember.
I haven't seen the second one yet, and I always wanted to because
I think I started to watch the second one, but didn't finish it.
Yeah, it's the one with Dolph Lundgren.
Because I didn't like it because I had to run out and then just kind of forgot.
Right, his Russian son takes on Creed's son. Yeah, that's what it is. Pitch Black, awesome. Vin is a shitty actor in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm hard pressed to say shitty, and I'm hard pressed to say he's not.
I think he's great in the right role.
Yes, you give him the right role.
Pulp Fiction, great.
But anything else? Anyways, that Creed.
He's not the type to just bend over and take it.
No, he's not. Creed though, Creed 3 in France at the debut. A fight broke out. Check this out. This is the scene from the Creed premiere in France.
Ouais, deuxième film. Ouais, Creed, c'est fini, wesh. Creed, c'est fini, wesh.
Okay, my French is really rusty, but you're saying écoute something. So listen something, I think.
You throw in a pregnant lady, and you got yourselves a Pittsburgh Steelers home game.
I thought you were going to say a Welland fucking anything. A Welland bar.
I've seen the video.
You got a Welland bar in the 90s. I'm almost sorry, but I'm
sorry, Kurt.
Are you?
No,
not even a little bit. Neither am I. And I don't blame you. That doesn't make either one of us. Oh, never mind. My.
I know where you're going with that. Oh, I know where you were going with that. I know. We can even stick this story if you want, because people might connect the dots if they keep the next story in.
I am so sorry. But
nobody gets it. If we show the next story, people might get it. But right now, they don't get it.
I know. Oh my God. Oh, I'm crying. Oh my God. Okay.
It doesn't matter. I deleted it.
We're not using that story anymore?
I deleted it. I'm not dealing with that.
Yo, man, that was mighty big of you. That was no small feat. Oh, I'm crying here. Oh, that is too good. I wish you guys knew what we were talking about, but then I'd be canceled. Oh, dark humor 101. I just want to.
That was our cancel moment. I saved it.
You did.
That was our cancel moment.
I was gonna put it later in the stories, and then I'm glad you're right. Just delete that shit.
It'll be a way bigger problem later.
Oh my God! I'm just gonna say sorry to you or whoever watching Black Jesus. So sorry to Black Jesus.
Sorry,
God,
a little
dude.
3 pound, 8 ounce Jesus.
Oh my God, that was too good. I haven't laughed like that in a long time. I'm legit crying. I'm glad you picked up on it, though. That's going to be the big thing. Now everyone's going to be like, what the fuck are those two talking about? Subscribe to our Patreon to find out. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my God. You ever get that like headache in the back of your head from laughing too hard? Because I just got it.
It would have became a real small world.
It really did. And I'm sure you're giving me a fucking segue to something else and I can't find it. Oh, no, you're not. Oh my God. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, that just went over my head a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Do you know who Jack Kessie is? Probably.
I don't. Not by name.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him though. Jack Kessie was in.
Unless he's cosplaying as Kelsey Grammer, and if he is,
no, he played Black Tom Cassidy in Deadpool 2. He played Black Tom. He is the white guy in the jail that had the dreadlocks. Can control wood is his mutant ability in the comic books. He's just been cast as the third Hellboy in the next Hellboy movie called Hellboy. The Crooked Man, obviously based on the book that we see right there. Okay, third time's a charm, I guess.
I'm pretty sure they can fix that now.
What?
I'm pretty sure with medical science they can fix that now.
Right. Oh my God, you say that, and what's the first thing that pops in my head? Jack Nicholson, The Witches of Eastwick. It was bent.
I thought you were going to say it.
Yeah, I listen. I need to see a therapist. I'm sure that's the worst kind of segue to get back into the picture.
I mean, cheers.
Cheers.
No secret, Fraser is in the works and coming back for a second incarnation of a Fraser show. But I mean, so he's already the only actor to win Golden Globes playing the same character on 3 different shows. 3. Cheers, Frasier, and he cameoed as, and I can't remember the show because I didn't Google this beforehand. I just remembered it, but he cameoed. He won the special guest Golden Globe or whatever, guest star Golden Globe for something as Frasier.
Well, I'm looking that up right now.
But yeah, coming back, and we just found out that Baby Newirth is going to be joining him. Of course, she played Lilith, right?
Yeah, Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith.
I love her, by the way.
She was great.
Baby Newirth, though, I love her as an actress. I think she's a great actress, and she was oh my god. So I don't know if you do Audible, like the books on that you can listen to.
I got the free subscription, and I did really like it, but I never continued it and went back and paid for it. I did get a couple free books out of it though.
Fair. So I've done the Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and she does a whole section on it where she plays the Siamese cat, which, I mean, if you know the story, you know the story. That'll make sense to you. But she's fucking phenomenal. And she's got a voice that just deserves to be a voice actress as well as, you know, her normal actress. But she just has that fucking strong, distinctive voice. And I've always dug her. American Instagram. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, about I'm gonna say 3 or 4 nights ago, Amber had fallen asleep, and I'm not back to work yet. I get a shutdown, so I'm up later usually because I get to sleep in, and looking for something to watch again. Like I talked about earlier, can't watch shows we watch together. Got to find something she doesn't care about.
Right.
So I started binging Cheers again. I'm probably only about 7 or 8 episodes into the first season. Man, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time,
really,
like consistently. I forgot how funny a show Cheers was.
And it gets better. It gets better.
11 seasons. I'm halfway through season 1, not even.
One of the best things that happens to that show is them losing one of their best actors.
I was just going to say.
Shelley Long or Shelley Winters?
I thought you were going to say Coach dying.
Shelley Long. Shelley Long. What'd you say?
I thought you were going to say Coach dying.
Oh, no.
I thought that's where we were. I thought we were still up here. I'm sorry. I got to bring it down from 11.
Whoa. All your hate mail to the Wellandwingnut@gmail.com on that one. No,
I love Coach. Love Coach.
But Woody coming on was huge. Yeah, I guess it was 2 big, huge actors leaving. Shelley Long, right? Not Shelley Winters?
Yeah. Shelley Long, yeah.
So when Shelley Long left and fucking Kirstie Alley came on as Rebecca, wow, was that ever contrast difference to Diane, and just took that show to the next fucking level where they could, if Shelley had stayed there, it would have stayed stagnant. It would have stayed the same show and probably would have been canceled in the next year or 2. Bringing Rebecca on, I mean, save that fucking show. Bringing Woody on probably saved it from that, what was it, 3rd or 4th season they were at that point.
Yeah, I think it was around 3 or 4 that Coach passed.
Yeah, and Coach was fucking great.
Oh, Coach is great.
Pitch Black, awesome. Vin is a shitty act. Oh, yeah, we already saw that. What's up, Sammy? Cheers is a classic. Fucking right, Cheers is a classic. Yeah, I'm happy to see it, but you know, I don't want to get a little too foobar.
No,
but you know what foobar means, right?
I do. Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Right. Or it means Arnold Schwarzenegger is back in a new Netflix series that is an action comedy, which to me just means the feud with him and Stallone is still going. Stallone does. There you go, getting foobar. Stallone does Tulsa King, which is an action-style comedy. More action than it is comedy, but it's very lighthearted. And now Arnold's got his fucking streaming service. Oh, my God. And this is just juice. And Fireball. But, yeah, so he's coming out with a foobar. But you and I, though, we're Canadian. There's already a foobar. There's already 2 foobar, and it wasn't Gina Carano.
It was a Mandalorian.
It wasn't Gina Carano. Yeah, we had Fubar and Fubar 1 and 2, 2 Canadian classic movies. Have you watched both of them?
I have seen both of them, yeah.
Now, are you a fan?
I'm a fan. Definitely haven't watched them in years, I'm going to say, but definitely ones I would like to revisit.
It definitely reminded me of 90s concert goers. Like every concert I went to, I felt like those 2 guys were either with me or close by. like the two main characters. Was it Kyle? I think his name was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Terry.
I don't know if it was a podcast I was listening to or an article I was reading about something, but I never caught wind of this, but apparently it was a thing in the 90s to not wear band T-shirts of the band that you're seeing to their concert,
but to wear a different one.
And to me, as a guy who I've been to over 300 shows in the past 25, 30 years, I always felt the opposite. If you're at a show, I mean, yeah, fine. If it's the last in the laundry or fucking the cleanest one you had, throw on any shirt. But to me, it was weirder seeing you wearing a Primus T-shirt at a fucking Pantera show. You know what I mean? Like,
even weirder so when you're wearing the Pantera shirt at a Celine Dion concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Steve was that guy. Well, you know what was even weirder was when he started the mosh pit.
Well, I mean, I wore a Cannibal Corpse T-shirt when I went and saw Gordon Lightfoot at Massey Hall. So
that was right before Gordon brought you up on stage. It could happen. It could happen. Speaking of things that happened, The Mandalorian season 3. Is it the third season already? First episode dropped, dude. Okay. You've got a story about The Mandalorian, but let's talk about that episode too after we get to your story here.
I mean, we got the prequel for Meth Gator already.
What?
I'm pretty sure this episode was the prequel to Meth Gator.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, was it ever though? But we got some answers too.
Yeah, they wasted no time in addressing the Gina Carano's thing. You know, she was obviously let go a while back. Her character, Cara Dune, she was actually picked to spearhead another Star Wars spinoff that eventually ended up being canned. New Republic?
I thought she was supposed to be part of Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them, yeah. But anyways, yeah, basically, you know, they basically explained it right away. They wasted no time saying she had been promoted after bringing in Moff Gideon. So
now this leaves a door open for actual Gina Carano to come back.
For sure it does. Yeah, she's not dead.
Here's the question. Can Gina Carano keep her politics to herself long enough to fucking come back? Because that's what it was. Because they had warned her multiple times about being, and it's not her politics, it's the thing she was saying.
And yeah, I'm not in any way endorsing Joe Rogan here. I'm a Joe Rogan fan, but I'm currently not endorsing Joe Rogan or his views. But I actually listened to her episode on Joe Rogan after she had been canceled. Because I don't listen every week. Joe Rogan is not a show I listen to religiously. It's, you know, if there's an interesting episode, I'll throw it in my reminders and listen to it later. But she's very likable. She's very likable, and you know, I think it could have been handled better. And I think it, regardless of whether I agree personally or anyone agrees with her views and what she tweeted, and I don't even remember what the fuck it was.
Me neither.
But I think it set a very dangerous standard in the industry.
To be fair, the one thing that I think she left out of that interview was the multiple times they told her, okay, just rein it back. Yes. Just rein it back. Any other business that's not show business, you're not getting that many attempts at just rein it back.
No.
Think of all the fuckers, and I'm not going to say it's a false equivalency, but it's a more extreme equivalency. But think of all the fuckers that got fired for walking in the back of a reporter that we saw in Ontario that had their work shirts on that said "fuck her in the pussy," and that lost their jobs for saying that shit live on television. Because I knew a guy at my work, at my construction job, that lost it because he had the fucking work right on his jacket.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, and that wasn't them saying that you can't say shit like that when you have our brand on.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the point. And
I mean, I kind of want to refer to the Gilbert Gottfried Geico or not Aflac insurance incident, but I mean Aflac insurance. You hired Gilbert Gottfried. You had to know what you were getting into.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And it was the same thing with oh my God, Al Franken. Oh, not Al Franken. Somebody else. I know it's not Cocaine Bear, Sam. Behind mine is Cujo.
Oh yes, I did review Cocaine Bear.
He reviewed Cocaine Bear, gave it a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5 because that's what you do. Because that Cocaine Bear is not ever giving up cocaine until he dies. Which, if you know the real life story, he does.
It's been 3 hours since I last seen Steve. We have helicopters searching all over the place. The search is getting intense. I'm getting worried. What the fuck? I think I hear something. Steve! Steve, there you are! Snow! Steve! Stop!
Right? Right, Sam? Right.
I mean, hold on.
Right.
Wait 1 sec. Hold my beer.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall for it, you fuckers. Don't fall for it. Seriously, don't do it. It's the worst mistake that any of us could make, especially Steve. I don't know why I said especially Steve, because we all know that. That's the way it is. And I'm just scrolling through here just to make sure we get to the next story. Coming up after Cocaine Bear. No giving that up, but this was a shocker. Kevin Smith came out and said that he has quit smoking weed 5 months ago. Steve and I are huge Kevin Smith fans, and all we have to say is
Body snatchers.
What?
Pod people.
Pod people.
Pod people are here.
Oh. Changelings. Body snatchers.
Dude, maybe
you two are nuts. Yes, we are. I quit a year ago. You quit smoking weed a year ago. Wow, good for you. Do you like it? I've thought about. Listen. I do not want to quit smoking weed. I would love to be able to be a weekend smoker only. Like, I would love to be able to smoke Friday, Saturday nights, calm down sort of thing, and that's it. But I am a gluttonous motherfucker.
When I'm working, guaranteed, yeah, my favorite joint is the joint where I've come home, I've showered, I've ate,
Right.
I smoke, and I probably won't smoke again because the time I get settled and, get into bed, maybe watch some TV, I'm passing out anyways. But the weekend, I'm a light sleeper. I do get up a lot earlier than the rest of the house, and I'll smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I'll smoke 2 more. So,
Dude, I love the Sublime reference. Because I smoke 2 joints in the morning. I smoke 2 joints in the morning. I do miss the wake and bake. See, no, here's my thing.
I don't have a job where I can do that, so
I always try to fucking convince myself.
I wish.
I don't smoke that first joint, I'd be fine, But it's that first opportunity that you get to kind of get high. I want to get high. Cypress. Oh, Cypress. That was it. That was the last story. Kevin Smith getting high was our last story. What do you feel about though? Kevin Smith saying he's quit for 5 months now. Like this.
I was actually just listening to an episode of. I just listened to an episode of Club Random with Bill Maher and Woody Harrelson, and Bill Maher is he pulls no punches. He loves a cloaked cigarette, to quote Bill Maher. But he does go through periods where he stops for periods of time and then just comes back to it.
Well, what he said, because I listened to it too. I listened to every episode of that as well. And what I was shocked to hear on the show is, and that's where I started thinking about the weekend thing, Is he's like, I don't smoke weed all throughout the week. I want it to be a special thing. He's like, so that's why I only smoke it when people are here for the for club random only. Sometimes after fucking real time. And he's like, and for the weekends. He's like, that's it. He's like, I don't smoke every day, all day. So if I could get that would be bliss.
Yeah, for me, it's very much habitual. Like I said, when I'm working, I'm a guaranteed 1 joint a day guy. But if I get up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, I know Facebook users not getting up till at least 11. My kids obviously sleep in. So I do. I sit here and I do the dishes and I smoke a joint. And then I cook some breakfast and I smoke a joint. And I sometimes I prep the show and I smoke a joint. And then finally people start waking up and then everyone's like, oh, roll a joint. I'm like, all right, hey, it's fucking 12:30. 4 joints in.
I'm already 6 in. I'm already 6 joints in. No, and I totally get that. And do the same without the family, getting me to do it. Now I want to watch Friday. I know, and honestly, and I'm telling you that I can't promise you this because we're both old. But what we will do, instead of doing a Friday reboot with Steve and I, if I ever become this big famous actor that I keep trying to be, Steve and I don't care. I will get, if I'm famous enough, I will cast Steve and he and I will do our own version of Friday. Like maybe we'll call it Saturday or we'll call it 420. Ooh, 420. April 20th, maybe we'll call it.
Sorry.
But, sorry.
Sorry with an accent aigu.
Accent aigu? Not an accent circumflex.
No. I don't think either of those fit.
Steve wants to guest star, or Ron wants to guest star. Like, for sure. For sure. But here's the deal, Ron. Here's the fucking deal. We get to go through every single episode that you've ever commented on and take your comments, and those are your fucking script lines. We will work them in somehow, but they will be your lines for the fucking show.
Every stoner movie needs a Peter Dante for sure. Dude, you know you can't be yelling like that when the gorilla gets here. Or the elephant. Sorry.
Who's the Dante of Saved by the Bell? Is it Screech?
I think it is Screech, yeah.
Right? Let's do it. Let's do the Dantes. Who are the Dantes of fucking classic shows? Family Ties, Skippy. Growing Pains, Boner.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Xander.
Cosby Show, Peter.
I don't know if Peter was stupid.
No,
I think Peter was smart.
It wasn't Peter, but I just wanted to say Peter because I want everybody. Right now, everybody's thinking about fucking Peter bounced on Cosby's knee, going, "Shit, did he give a kid a drink that fucking right before this?"
Dude, he was a horrible racist, but he wasn't a pedo
that we know of.
Right? Not Skippy, Nick. Oh, right. Well, no, but it was Skippy until Nick, and then they were both kind of that character. Nick was fucking great. Nick did a vampire movie. What was that fucking vampire movie that Nick did? Anyway, somebody remind me what it is in the comments. Fresh Prince. On Fresh Prince. Oh, Carlton, I guess.
Yeah, because Jazz wasn't on the show enough to, and he still wasn't the kind of really.
Though.
It was Jazz, but
Hillary. It's Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary. Yeah,
it's Hillary. Definitely got to be Hillary. Happy Days, Ralph Malph. Yeah, for sure. Carlton or Will. No, I think it would be Hillary because she's kind of because we're the butt of the jokes and kind of it's usually the dumbest one, but still the happiest one.
Yeah.
Skippy was the happiest. Ralph Malph. What was our bar for this? What was our Like, who were we comparing them all to originally? That got us on this.
Peter Dante from the Adam Sandler movies.
Right. So who's the idiot? Oh, who's the Peter Dante? Oh my God. We did say by the bell. Oh my God. Oh, who is it? Well, then who would it be on Big Bang Theory? Raj?
Raj, maybe Howard?
I don't think so.
Stewart?
Howard's too smart.
Stewart?
Howard's too good with the fucking one-timers and fucking like making fun of everybody. Stewart. Yeah. Did you say Stewart?
Or any one of Penny's friends?
Zach. But if it's going to be of the main cast, I think it's going to be probably Raj. Yeah. Yeah. Or Sheldon in a ironic kind of way. This is kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. Now I'm just trying to think of them all from different shows that we loved. Like fucking... But you can only do it with comedies because can you do it with Breaking Bad?
I mean, Saul.
Is it Jesse? It's Jesse, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and when I think Peter Dante, I can't help but always think of Grandma's Boy. To me, that's my favorite role of his, is the weed dealer. And then he reoccurs as that role in a few other movies.
In all the
And
fucking
they're like
Happy Madison movies, right?
Well, it was what was the one where he had the kid young slept with his teacher, Donnie Berger. That's my boy. Dante plays the same character in that one as he does in Grandma's Boy.
Right. Very Big Bang.
Bowie.
Quipke. Barry's too smart to be that guy. And Barry wins way too much against the hero. He's that antagonist character that always wins. Like he always gets the upper hand on Sheldon and the rest of the crew. You're always kind of like, he's such a dick and you think he's going to lose, and he doesn't.
And as I've been getting into Cheers, the first season, I kind of had that, I'm trying to think ahead because I was remembering very few storylines because obviously the early years, like 83, we're talking. But I remembered that rivalry between Cheers and the other bar. Remember those episodes?
What? Oh my, Gary's? Was it? What was it?
Was it Gary's?
Was it Gary's?
I think it was Gary's. I think you're right.
Well, Married with Children was Gary's as well, but that was the name of the fucking.
That was the shoe. That was the owner of the shoe.
But I think it was Gary's, right? Because
I think you're right.
Norm was hanging out there for a while in one of the episodes. Holy shit! You know what's fucked is that I can remember that shit, but literally, you tell me something right now, and I walk literally from right this second to right over there. Half a second later, and I will forget all of it.
Yeah.
I want to blame a lot of it on this.
This is the way.
But what the fuck, right? So what was that show you were just talking about? Oh my God, you stoner. You're the worst. Saying that as I'm doing the same. But I want to know who it is on that show. His name was Nick Valentine. Yeah. I love Nick. Nick and Mallory was a great fucking couple. And I wonder sometimes if Tarantino based.
Was she just talking about Cheers? Because it was Nick. Nick was on
Family Ties.
But Nick was also on Cheers. She was what's her name's husband? He was the former hockey player turned Ice Capades.
Oh, fucking
Carla's husband. Carla's husband, Nick.
And he. So listen to this. So they killed him off on the show, and you know why? Because he went on some show or on some. It wasn't a podcast, but it was a podcast of that era, basically. And he was fucking quoted as saying that I forget what it really like what he said word for word, but he fucking shit talked having to fucking make out with Rhea Perlman. And they fucking killed him with a Zamboni. They killed him with a
That's right.
Zamboni.
I remember that as you said it. Yeah, the Zamboni. That's right.
Listen,
So I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes.
Fact. No.
Yeah, I think it was about 4 or 5 episodes in. There's one where Sam is basically like, it's only, like I said, it's literally 4 or 5 episodes in, but Sam has had it between Shelley Long and Carla's her character. And he's like, listen, you two are closing up the bar and don't fucking leave until you're getting along because I'm done. Otherwise, there's going to be like staff changes. And so Carla makes some drinks and they start drinking. And Carla's like being totally sincere and opening up to her and tells her this yarn of how 7 years ago, her and Sam, she got really drunk and Sam brought her home and one thing led to another. And 9 months later, little Gino was born.
Right.
And by this time, Shelley Long passes out and he comes back because he forgets something. He's like, oh my God, you killed her. She's like, no. He's like, oh, you made her that drink. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, so how'd it go? Did you guys get along? And she's like, you know, I came up with the biggest lie I could possibly tell and made her believe it and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, what is it? She's like, she'll tell you tomorrow. Because she could keep a secret, obviously.
Right.
And then they all had a good laugh when they looked at the picture of Gino. And then Carla proceeds to say, you know what makes Gino laugh? A picture of her real father. And shows a picture of her real father. And they all start laughing.
How many kids did she have? Like
5, I think. 5 or I think by the end it's like 7. Yeah.
Yeah. If not more. But one of her kids was Leah Remini. Was the pregnant kid.
No way.
Was the pregnant. I'm
really
literally that just popped in my head right now, and I'm literally remembering seeing Leah Remini was in everything, and I'm gonna just
Saved by the Bell.
Dude, I'm like Lisa Carozzi or Lisa Carosi. Like that was her name on that show.
Mr. Carosi, yeah.
Mr. Carosi, and her name was Stacy Carosi, I should say. And she was Charlie on Who's the Boss? And she got her own spin-off show with these models.
Which was called Charlie in Charge?
No, Charles in Charge was something different. That was badass, though. Not a Scott Baio guy, but Charles in Charge was pretty fucking awesome.
It was better than Joni and Chachi.
What's that?
It was better than Joni and Chachi.
I mean, there's not much that wasn't. Cheers. That's what I was looking for. Here, how many cheers? Yep. Serafini Tortelli. Serafina Tortelli.
Take as many goes as you need.
Listen, I just needed that one. Yeah, she was on Who's the Boss as well. No Babe. Oh, what's that say? No Babe. Her ex was Nick. Eddie was new hubby and former player turned. Eddie. Yeah. Eddie. Oh, right. Nick was a short little dude. Eddie was the fucking Pittsburgh Penguin goalie that died.
And it's so weird seeing Harry Anderson in those early episodes playing this swindler named Harry. And then basically becomes the Night Court spinoff, and it's basically the same guy, but not the swindler part.
Yeah. I loved it. I love it. That show was great. Honestly, it was such a good show. So ahead of its time. Robin Cold Court, the fucking bar upstairs where Rhea Perlman, I think, ends up dating the fucking owner or something like that. Oh, yeah. Cheers was a good show. I had the biggest crush on Scott Baio when I was a kid. I'm so sorry.
You're not the only one.
Steve did too. Don't feel bad. It's okay. It's all coming out tonight.
Hey, that poster came with that month's issue of Tiger Beat, so it went on the wall.
Honestly, it was when they did that combo, like that crossover fucking photo of Scott Baio on the hood of Kit. That's what threw Steve over the edge.
Eating a hamburger.
Like, oh. Yeah. this is this just happened. But yeah, so there were a lot of those guys. I feel like we just did 2-hour show, and the last 45 minutes was just us talking about dumbasses from TV.
Well, we try to shorten it up every week, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way.
And it's Friday. But we will let you go like in enough time to start watching wrestling if that's your thing on a Friday.
Yeah, we're not going to be a dink about it.
Well, maybe we'll. Maybe we'll bring it to 8:06 so that you guys have to wait that extra 6 minutes and be like, I missed Roman Reigns telling everybody to acknowledge me. It's a thing. What do you got going on this week, buddy, or this weekend?
I mean, not much. Just gonna chill, watch some XFL, and
so I haven't even watched any of the XFL yet. This is the third week now.
Yeah, so NFL already talking about voting in an XFL rule. They're saying it's something they've been talking about for years. Really cool. So I was last incarnation. I threw my support behind the Guardians because I was I was a supporter of the original and the second. But when I found out AJ McCarron was playing for the St. Louis Battlehawks, former backup to Andy Dalton in Cincinnati, I always thought he should have got his shot because he's the only one that even came close to winning a playoff game for us during that era as the backup. Two-time NCAA championship with Alabama. Like, come on. Kid never got a fucking chance to start. And he walked away from $4 million in the NFL this season to play for the St. Louis Battlehawks for $60,000. Mind you, he's already made $15 million in his career as a backup. But the last 2 weeks, because of that NFL rule, in the fourth quarter, instead of going for an onside kick, you can do a 4th and 15 only in the fourth quarter to get the ball back. And 2 weeks in a row, the Battlehawks have won in the last 2 minutes by scoring, going for the 3-point conversion, and then getting the ball back on a 4th and 15 and scoring again. He said it was worth it because I wanted my boys to see me play it.
And so you're really enjoying the XFL?
I'm really enjoying it. I like the fourth quarter rules. I like the 1 foot in, like college. I've always been a bigger fan of college football. Always been a bigger fan of college football than I have the NFL. To me, it's way more exciting. These kids are playing for their NFL careers, giving balls out on every play. I like it more personally.
When you look at these legends of football too, and they talk about their careers, they talk about, it was great playing for these pro teams, but my brothers were my college mates.
Yeah, college ball is special.
Yeah, Montana, man, talking about Notre Dame, 4 fucking Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowls. Oh, my time in Notre Dame, like. Yeah. Just it's a different beast. It's a different beast, and I don't know. Go Wolverines.
And you know what? To me, this is like we got the USFL coming up too. To me, we need this. It's almost like WWF or WWE, if you want to call it that now. I won't.
Yeah. Well,
but they needed WCW. They needed the competition because it was better when they had that. NFL, I think they've gotten to a point where, hey, we're the best game in town. Watch us or don't. Now there's these other leagues where the NFL knows they've already adopted 3 or 4 rules from the XFL from the previous incarnations that were like, oh shit, yeah, we should be doing that. And guys from the last incarnation made it to the NFL because they got to showcase themselves on these platforms.
He hate me. What was his name?
Ron Smart? Me. Yeah, the first year.
Smart? Ron Smart, was that his name? Went to the Panthers. He was like I think in their expansion year. I think he was one of their.
Realistically, a career in the NFL is, I think, 4 or 5 seasons. That's on average.
If you're lucky.
So, yeah.
If you're a running back, it's maybe 2.
Right? And remember the years when it was 10 easy?
Well, I don't ever remember it that with running backs, though. Running backs have always gotten the shit kicked out of them. I've always felt like they last a while, but only this.
There was those special few. Ones. Where it seems like the special few now don't even last that long.
Yeah. Terrell Davis, he played a long time.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders, he fucking retired after what? Maybe 8 years?
9 seasons, I think.
Yeah. Like, I don't even think he went. And first ballot Hall of Famer retired as in.
Oh,
Man,
he easily would have
biggest shame in football that he never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. My favorite player growing up, even though I was a Bengals fan.
Favorite player growing up, even though I'm a fucking Vikings fan in the same division. I just like that never spiked the ball one time.
And then my favorite non-Bengal player after him was Michael fucking Vick.
Wow. Even with how much you love dogs.
Not after that. But man, did I love watching it. And I love watching that guy play every week, though.
Yeah. I am not excusing what he did because that shit's fucked up. But that's a culture there. And that I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying it's right over there. I'm saying that's where he grew up. That's part of what he knew. It was like the Adrian Peterson thing when he switched his kid. I think that's fucking horrible. But I worked at a hotel in Niagara Falls. I won't mention the name at the time. But we had, I think it was people from BYU, Brigham Young, which is a religious college. And fucking people there were like, and I'm talking, they were older people, like gray hairs. And they're like, we switch our kids, like that's part of fucking growing up. You pick the branch. Like, you and I, we never dealt with that shit. But I mean, that's that culture. And I don't know.
This is the way.
Not our way. Hey, how about them Sabres, though? We got our asses kicked.
Sorry.
We're
sorry.
Anyways, we are sorry. A sorry lot, are we? Anyways, this was petit peu. Speaking of little, I'm glad you got rid of that story.
Yeah, it would have been. We would have fucking been dinks if we kept going with that.
Really, dude? Is that the game you want to play?
Like, I mean, I was naturally born to be like that.
Well, it's one of your shortcomings.
I
know.
You know what? I'm gonna go start a band.
What are you gonna call it?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't even start a band. Why don't you join the band? You should join like the Killer Dwarfs or something. What?
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
Wow,
All right.
We definitely got thrown off the air. Again, if you ever decipher that, we are sorry to everybody involved. If you don't, well, that'll just both go with Steve and I to our grave, or at least until the next bonfire we're at with other people and we're high.
Next week are hidden tapes of Andrew Bornowski.
Dude, I really think we should. We can't hear nothing on them though, eh?
I hope I get that panel.
Did you say? Oh yeah. Did you say you can't hear anything though on it?
No, there's definitely a few tidbits that are definitely audible.
I mean, we should play that shit. Great show, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Ron. You too, buddy. Thanks for joining in. Thanks to Jill. Thanks to Wolf. Thanks to everybody else that joined in. Thanks to my brother, the Wellandwingnut over here. And thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in as you did. I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you missed it or you're just tuning in now, you're like, what's going on? You catch the whole show tomorrow night at 6. See you then for Wellandwingnut. It's your boy Zeus.